light. You don't need nearly as much as you think you do. You can't do 300, 300, 300, 300 4 days in a row. You just can't. And even if you could, why? That's not the point. Furthermore, I have a list in Vietnamese of all of the terms that you would normally need in a motorcycle repair shop, including every single part, how to change it, and make some basic requests here. Cool. So, swap out the tubes, swap out the chain, swap out the oil, check over the whole bike, look for leaks, and just pay whatever the guy wants. And imagine running as fast as you can, head first into a wall. What do you want on your head? If you got a SIM card, life is so easy. Traveling with a group is easy. Live maps and, you know. Tối muốn đi quốc lòng mò. Phải đi mò. Okay, đúng đó. Okay, được. Cảm ơn chị. Man, my life is so easy. If one of you, God forbid, you know, got into an accident or got into a rough pickle, you know, the other could help you out. During the rainy season in the rainiest part of an area while it's raining, believe it or not, they sell raincoats. Make it the best, easiest, and most wonderful trip of your life, not the biggest disaster. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Drunk Bread. So, I wanted to cover one. Motorcycling across Vietnam. Yes. One of the best ideas you could ever have and best ways to see the country. Love it. I did it 3 times. And there's a lot of things I wish I knew when I first started. My third trip, I went in, was a lot easier and more enjoyable than any of the others by a long shot. So I wanted to give you some background and a broader picture. All the stuff that you don't normally read online. Here goes. And it kind of starts this way. Round 3, I was in Saigon talking with folks leaving for their first motorbike trip across the country. Talked to one gal and she was like, Brad, is it safe for a woman to travel alone by motorcycle across Vietnam? Good point. Well, she's wondering, am I going to get raped? I'm like, not any more likely than if you just sit here at the hostel, I guess. What you're really wondering, is it a good idea? Well, let's start from the top. If you have no experience riding, never really been on a motorcycle before, never really taken a training course of any kind, you have no experience in diagnosing, fixing, or repairing a motorbike at all, you can't even tell me what type of oil it takes, I see, and you're terrible with directions, and don't know where you're around place, and you get anxious and anxiety really easy, you're easily scared, nervous, and become sad, and lose all hope, and you're really easily uncomfortable. For example, being in the rain, in the cold, on your 6th hour on a motorcycle. If that's not your thing, ooh. Oh, and you know 0 Vietnamese, 0 of any way, shape, or form, and have no SIM card, and you're traveling alone.
You are not prepared.
That's a shit plan. That's a shit plan. Period. Are you going to get raped? No. Is it going to be a worthwhile trip? No. Are you going to make it very far? Doubt it. Okay, so here's my top 10. Number 1, pack light. Pack light, okay? 1 bag, tops, 1 backpack. Okay, I have a packing list of things that I personally recommend, and you're welcome to check it out for yourself and decide for yourself. But even if you bought every single one of them, that's not even a third of 1 bag. You're fine. Pack really, really light. Don't bring extra hiking boots and 5 pairs of shoes. No. I went on across the whole country for 6 months with 1 pair of sandals, the Bac Ho sandals. It can be done. Pack light. You don't need nearly as much as you think you do.
Nope.
If it's a book, no. And you can buy stuff along the way. You can buy clothes along the way, let's just say. Buy extra pairs of shoes, sunglasses, whatever. You don't need to plan for every contingency. Just be as light as possible. And yes, it can be done in 1 small day pack for 6 months. It can be done. 2, take your time. Relax. So many people really try to rush through this. You know, example conversation. Hey, guys. I talk with these fellas and they're like, oh yeah, it's going to be pretty easy. We got about 1,200 kilometers to go and we can drive at about, let's say, 70 kilometers an hour. Then we can drive for 10 hours a day. Be there, yeah, probably by Monday. Yeah, in just 2 days. So says the guy who's never been on a motorcycle trip in Vietnam, who's never been on a trip across a foreign country before, who's never really been on the roads before, hasn't been on a motorcycle more than 30 minutes in his life. So says that guy. Take your time. You know? Slow down. If you just went out for 5 hours a day, like 3 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon or something, you're fine. You'll make it, okay, if you plan on that. So don't try to do 2 weeks, we got to get to the border of China, or vice versa. Don't think about it in a goal sort of way like that, okay? It takes way longer than you think. If you plan on a hard day is 300 kilometers, to put it in perspective. That's a hard day, okay? Can it be done? Yes. Can you power through it? Yes. But is it comfortable, and is it your favorite? Maybe, but you can't do 300, 4 days in a row. You just can't. And even if you could, why? That's not the point. Slow down. Take your time. You know? And plan a bunch of X Factor days. Hey, it's going to take us 10 days to get to Da Nang. Plan on 13. You get 3 extras just for breakdowns, for miscellaneous. But yeah, take your time. 3, be ready for breakdowns, okay? Repeat after me. On a long enough timeline, your bike will break down. Okay? As long as you know that in your mind, on a long enough timeline, it will break down. Odds are good. It's going to be in the next couple days. You will break down, okay? And it's not because of poor quality, it's just stuff happens, okay? And you're putting these bikes through a lot of abuse. And they've been abused for 20-some years. They'll get you there, but just, it's going to break down. So, 1, I already have a tools list in English and Vietnamese, the most common set of tools that you're going to need. It's not many. And this is going to be less than 500,000 dong. So it is less than $20 to have all the tools you need, so you can replace chains, to take in spark plugs, you can do your own oil, you can do whatever basic stuff that you need to do. Bring it, why not, right? This isn't the time to save money. Plan on breakdowns, okay? Furthermore, I have a list in Vietnamese of all of the terms that you would normally need in a motorcycle repair shop, including every single part, how to change it, and make some basic requests here. Cool. 4, taking this motorcycle across. Now, if you're renting, you can avoid most of these hassles. But if you're purchasing, I want to be very clear about a few things when you're purchasing a motorbike. First of all, if they tell you this bike will not break down, they are a liar, okay? If you want to find out if they're a liar or not, will this bike give me any troubles? Not at all, sir. They're a liar. If they say, probably, it's a bike and you're going 1,000 kilometers through heavy terrain, yeah, it probably will, then they're honest. Yes, you will break down. When you're, before you're leaving for a trip, regardless of your situation, every time you buy a bike, it's a good idea to go right into the repair shop, swap it all out, do all new oil. I don't care what they said. Do new oil. This is not the time to save money, okay? This is insurance for the rest of your trip here, and it's cheap. Change out the oil. Now, another pro tip, take the chain, because I've seen a lot of broken chains through the course of a trip. That's a very common thing to break. Again, let's imagine how much abuse you're putting these things through. With that said, if you have a perfectly functional chain when you buy the bike, swap it out and keep the old one. Cool. So now you have a perfectly sized, perfectly functional, locked together, bing, bing, brand new chain ready to go. And to get a new one is what? 130,000 dong. What are we talking? $6? And all of a sudden, you've got a brand new chain on your bike, and you got a backup replacement ready to go. Perfect. Now, taking that idea a little further, just swap out anything you can. A battery, for that matter. Just get a new battery. What are you talking about? $5? This is not the time to save money. If you got an automatic, there's a belt in there. Just replace it. Inside the tires. I popped a tire one trip, and I had to go downhill on a steep incline, a black diamond, with a flat front tire. Got to the end, and he took it out and realized it's been patched twice already, and he was about to patch it a third time. Man, if I would have spent $2 before I left and just swap out the inner tubes, then this would never have happened. This is not the time to save money. So, swap out the tubes, swap out the chains, swap out the oil, check over the whole bike, look for leaks, and just pay whatever the guy wants. And generally speaking, for under $1 million dong, you can square up your bike pretty darn good. And then you're driving around with new parts. That'll solve a huge percentage of your issues right there. Right there. Have a really good helmet, okay? For a few reasons. Let's just talk about the first simple one. Helmets in general can be uncomfortable, especially if you've never really had one on for a good portion of your life. Either way, it does dig into the top of your skull after a while, or cuts off circulation to the back of your neck, or all kinds of odd things happen when you're 6 hours deep into having this helmet and the wind pushing on you. Get a comfortable helmet that covers your, covers you, okay? And imagine running as fast as you can, head first into a wall. What do you want on your head? Now, this is not the time to save money, okay? Because, point number 2, you only get one face and one brain, okay? You scrape up your arms, cool. Legs, fine. Lose a leg, you're fine. But you get your face scraped off, or turn your brain into jelly, that's all she wrote. Don't save money on a helmet. Get a super comfortable one, and make sure that it's well secured and locked up and no one steals it. Makes sense? 6. This is the big one. This is the gotcha. This is the one that just SIM cards. God, SIM cards. Okay, look, I left with I was chatting with a group of 5 dudes down in Saigon, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna travel together. First time we've been on this kind of a blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Great. Hey, do you guys got SIM cards?" And they're like, "Oh, no, of course not." And I'm like, "Well, what are you going to do when 1 out of 5 of you inevitably gets lost? I mean, are you going to, all stop your whole trip and then look around left, right, and then you go back, look that way, you look that way, you look that way? Well, no one's got a map and no one knows where anybody else is at any time, and you're going on random roads in a foreign country trying to search for that lost dude that's your plan? Oh, Brad, we're not going to get lost." So says the guy who's never been on a trip before in his life. You haven't even crossed town yet, bro. I bet you guys will get lost before you get a donut in District 12. Okay? You're going to get lost. Guaranteed, probably in the first hour. And if you have a SIM card, oh man, share live location. Oh, the whole group is up there. Oh, terrific. And you have infinite data for your entire trip? Yeah. Hey, we're going to meet tonight, gents. Oh, drop a pin. Yeah, at this, hotel, hostel location. Great. Everyone's got it. Everyone can go their separate ways. No worries. That's where you're meeting up at night. If you got a SIM card, life is so easy. Traveling with a group is easy. Live maps and, that's all going on. And if you needed Google Translate, it works great. You need to call for help. You got it. Anything. Having a SIM card it's a face palm. You gotta have it. Oh, I'll just get Wi-Fi along the way. Shut up. That makes sense in Hanoi and Saigon while you're in the tourist district at that time. Sure, fine. But when you're on the countryside at the mountains of Nha Trang, no one's got Wi-Fi, I'm just telling you. And plus, if your bike breaks down, what are you going to do? Hope that all of your other friends all go and simultaneously find a different coffee shop that all has Wi-Fi wherever the hell they're at, while you're at some random one that you can find so you can send a ping to... Why would you do that? It's tops, 300 grand, which is 14 bucks for 2 months of infinite data? This isn't the time to save money. Duh. They sell it at the damn airport. Even if it's triple that price, it's worth it. Get the data and make a group. Vietnamese. I'm telling you. That's a game changer, right? For me personally, I could ignore every single one of these tips and go totally alone, first time ever, which I did, by the way, with no data and no maps, which I did, and no one traveling with me and no experience riding motorcycle. Check. I did this. But I got Vietnamese in my back pocket. So now I can just be like, yeah, xin lỗi, có tay lốp đây. Yeah, lốp trước. Cảm ơn. Và tôi muốn đi quốc lộ 1. Phải đi mo? Ok, đúng đó. Ok, được. Cảm ơn chị. Man, my life is so easy. Learning the whole language just for one trip across the country, I realize is not a reasonable thing for everybody. So, I made it super simple. I got the motorcycle repair cheat sheet, okay? And I got it, you can download the image or do whatever you want with it, put it on your phone and just save it right there so you can just pull that up, point to whatever you need. Change the tire, change the light, check over the engine, whatever you want, it's all right on there, and they'll get it 100% every time. Cool. And there's plenty of other resources out there. You're welcome to check out, some other things I've put together that might be helpful for you. And just get the basics. If you just got this sheet, top 10, you're good to go. You'll have a great time. But this will be a game changer. Having absolutely zero, with zero help, you will be reduced to caveman status of like, I want to change my battery. Yeah. Anyway. 8. Go with a group. You get breakdowns, for example, you're covered. Have folks to companion with. Mostly, for safety's aspect. Like if one of you, God forbid, got into an accident or got into a rough pickle, the other could help you out. Small examples include, we were traveling with the group and one of my buddy, his motorcycle broke down and basically we had to throw it. And to be able to get all the way up to where we needed to be would be difficult. But he was with the group, so ditch the bike, hop on with us, problem solved. So anyway, there's been some really good things that can come about by having a group. But mostly safety. Number 9. Minimal rain gear and warm gear. Minimal. If you're in a raining kind of area, buying a proper poncho, do it. You don't have to bring one from home, of course. You can buy one along the way really easy. During the rainy season in the rainiest part of an area while it's raining, believe it or not, they sell raincoats. And but even the cheap plastic ones will do the job. But either way, plan ahead a little bit. I was kind of surprised when I went to Dalat in December and it was cold up there. And I just started thinking, oh my gosh, we're up in the mountains in December and it's cold and I'm the guy who's surprised. But anyway, plan ahead a little bit on that. And number 10, most important, please be careful. Please be careful. Repeat after me. I only have one brain, one life, one soul. Okay? Be careful. Okay? Don't be reckless. For example, I will motorbike in the dark. Yeah. And I will motorbike in the day when it's raining. Yeah. But I won't motorbike at night when it's raining. Can I do it? Yes. But that's not the point. Should I? Be careful. Why? Let this be the best trip of your life, not the turning point into madness. Don't die. The people who get hurt out here are the people who are not careful. People who drive recklessly, who try to go too fast, try to whip around those mountains at top speed and race each other. Don't, just relax. Take your time. You don't have to see how fast you can go. Just put it at 40k an hour and just cruise. It's, relax. When you're in town, don't be in a rush. Just go with the cloud. Be careful. Be careful of other people. Give other people the right of way. Get out of the way of the buses. Take care of yourself. Make it the best, easiest and most wonderful trip of your life, not the biggest disaster. Good luck, y'all. Peace.